Anyone else would like to address the board? Give your name and address, please.
Hi, my name is Tim Murphy, Noel Road. I'd like to thank the board for the privilege of being able to speak this evening. I'm dealing with a letter from the last town board. It was written 12/1908. It was submitted to the town board meeting minutes on page 5 and 6, 12/22/08. I'm dealing with Carmel Runne, section 3, in Robert Ventry's letter. I have a question. Is this system they were talking about primarily for commercial residential areas? They're talking about the elimination of certain required security for stormwater and drainage facilities in Carmel Runne section 3. And I didn't understand if this was commercial or for residential or for both. Is that the attorney's question?
Do you want me to answer?
Yeah, I don't remember the specifics, and I remember doing it. But
that situation is a commercial situation, and while securities were not required, they're not required because if the developer does not do what they are required to do, the town will charge the cost of that work back to their taxes. So either way, the town will be reimbursed if it needs to fix a problem created by the developer.
Okay. If this agreement applies to homeowners, which it does not, do you think it is fair to assess property owners for costs of high maintenance stormwater facilities created by developers, especially considering the high water table at the top of Cicero? So do you think that that is going to, in essence what you're saying is the same thing you said at the last meeting, that these guys are going to get either taxed or they're going to have the security bonding? Now, wouldn't it behoove this town to have both as a security blanket to protect us against problems with the drainage or the retention pond or whatever that was?
We didn't see the need for both. One or the other is sufficient.
Well, in Robert Ventry's letter, he came right out and said that most of the time the securities were too low to be able to cover the town. So that in one, you're telling me one thing, and then in the other, the attorney for all this is telling me something different.
I don't have his letter in front of me. I can't speak to whether or not it actually says that.
Okay. Question 3. So why would the town waive securities that would protect the town's residents from flooding, etc.? In essence, taking away the checks and balances which protect us all from the developer's abuses. This is especially true with LLCs and other non-human entities. You would still say that we didn't need both of them?
No, because if the town needs to perform work at the site, it would charge the cost of that work back to the taxes, as opposed to taking it from the security. The town's going to get reimbursed either way.
Number 4, wouldn't this in essence move the town's liability from the developer to the property owner or the taxpayer?
I don't understand the question.
In other words, if you're going to get paid either way. Well, the taxpayers would pay for that, in essence, wouldn't they? Or
No,
the property
developer
owners?
will. The property owner is on the hook.
Right, but they're paying it through the taxes.
Not through taxes as you're thinking of it. It's an added cost put on their tax bill for the cost of this specific work. It's not additional taxes.
Keep in mind, Tim, what this will do is actually the town will have the ability to go in and make the upgrades or address the drainage issues. So we would be responsible for choosing the contractor that goes in rather than just having the securities.
And can I point out too that your need to have this agreement with the developer is actually mandated by your speedies permit with the state as you're in MS4. This isn't something that you had a lot of control over.
It's one of those state mandates again?
Sure.
Yes.
So in other words, it's like a double dip. So you guys would say rather than protect it, you would put it against the taxpayer or the property owners in that.
The only person going to be on the hook for a problem is the person who created the problem.
Okay.
The landowner.
Well, I guess my worry here is, this is number 5, wouldn't the process of trying to recoup money from developers increase costly litigation when we pay too much to a honest law firm already?
They're responsible for legal fees associated with that.
So the developer would be?
You got it.
Oh good, I'm happy to hear that. It's better than $100,000 for economic development. Number 6, do you think the homeowners and property owners associations are permanent? In other words, you're telling me that these homeowners associations that Mr. Sharp was going to have do this, he said he was still in the process of doing it. So you're having a homeowners association, which he called it a homeowners, and you're telling me it's commercial. They're not a permanent entity.
It is a property owners association created by virtue of and under the laws of the state of New York. It's not a homeowners association.
Okay. Number 7, why is the town even considering this? What is the real motive? Haven't the developers gotten enough perks already? They get favorable decisions and waivers, but the development has resulted in increased drainage problems, traffic gridlock, increased crime, costly fire prevention, etc. Backing up. What's the real motive?
Tim, I think it would be much easier if we just submit the letter to us and we'll try to get the right answers for you, so that at least you can have an opportunity to research the question.
Okay.
And that last question is not something I can answer in any way.
Well, let me ask O'Brien and Gare one quick question I'll give to you. Mark Parrish was here, so Michelle's not going to be able to help me. Will you answer the questions if I turn them in?
Excuse me?
I mean, it was Mark Parrish that was here. You weren't here, Michelle.
Tim,
No, I
Tim,
wasn't here, but.
submit the questions to us, and we will give it to the appropriate departments.
I'm gonna slap him.
There's no reason to put those.
She wasn't here. I don't want to put you on the spot.
Put her on the spot.
Well,
Jenny,
ask me the question, I'll write it down.